That was superb. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause, please. Yeah, I know you have a lot of questions. So, yeah. We'll have a quick photo op and then we'll move to the question answer round. I'll take the mic with you. We good? Thank you so much. Yeah. And now over to the question answer round. And yeah, we'll go to that beautiful girl over there. Please, koi mic pakda dega upar? Jayenge?
The question is, since the financial troubles that are plaguing the country, is it just a coincidence that this is the subject of your film, or did you think about it previously?
Okay, so I'll answer your question number one, that I have been feeling that I am a versatile actor, but then I was tempt as a comedian more. And similarly, my image is as a director in television is of more of a comic director of a comedy serial or something like that. But that's why I thank Vipul from the bottom of my heart that he knows me from ages, and he knows my inner talent, and he knows perhaps a little more than what I know of myself. Like, he knows the training that I've gone through, the filmmaking training or whatever abroad, and my inner talent he must be very sure of, that he approached me for this film. And I feel that I'm not restricted to any particular genre. If I like the subject, the whole project, and if I feel inspired and I feel like, giving my best to it, then I have to say yes to it. And this was, of course, a big opportunity, such a big brand, and it was a big risk for Vipul and everybody involved, like in producing the film. And I really thank them for giving this responsibility of helming the film. So that answers your question number one. And question number two, answer number two is, I feel yes, it has become topical because of this demonetization. But the script, we have been working on the script for quite a while now. Ritesh and Vipul and I and Suresh. We have worked a lot for a couple of years, I would say, that the germ came up, and then we started working on it. And then finally, it is a happy coincidence, perhaps I would say, that and more I feel black money is the topic that I feel we must address to, which our honorary Prime Minister has been, doing his best of efforts to eradicate black money. And this is just one of the steps, like in an entertaining way. So that's what, yeah.
Hi, Vidyut, over here. Towards your left, over here. There are so many action films being made in India right now, which are, like, each action film is raising the bar for action. So when you are making a film like Commando, and if I'm not wrong, you have designed the action yourself, your team has designed the action yourself. So how difficult does it get for you to come up with something which is never seen before over here?
Yeah, it's not difficult at all, because I don't think like an ordinary action guy. And what you see in Indian cinema or internationally, in my opinion, is mediocre. I'm sorry to say it, but it is. So when we did Commando 1, there was the first time in India we did not use cables, there was no stunt doubles, and there was phenomenal action. And Commando 2 mein jab hum log ne Vipul sir se baat ki thi and we wanted to know what we should do, we were just thinking of doing something which is beyond my imagination. So we just worked on it. We didn't think about what others are doing, what these guys are planning to do, or what we've seen. We were just competing with ourselves in Commando 1, and I have a feeling we've done a much better job than Commando 1.
And
Hi.
Was?
यार वो पानी में घुसोगे तो गीले तो हो ही जाओगे, थोड़ी बहुत इंजरीज होती रहती हैं, but इतनी ट्रेनिंग की हुई है कि अब आदत हो गई है.
Okay. Vidyut sir, hi, this is Saif from over here, to your left. Saif from Bollywood UNPLUGGed. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, considering the fact that the first part was pretty well at the box office, it did great business. Talking about the second part, was there any kind of pressure for the team, from your side, because automatically the expectations increases for the audience also? So what are your views on this thing?
There is a lot of pressure, even when you're making the fresh film, there is a pressure, and when you're making sequel, it becomes even more, because now you have to meet certain kind of expectations that audience have from the film, and it's not easy. We see time and again that a lot of sequels don't do as well as they are expected to do. But when we got the script, when we knew what we were doing, when we knew what kind of action we were going to build into the film, only then, and that's why we've taken a couple of years to go into a sequel. And as Shivashish said, that there was a lot of discussion that went into it, because we wanted to scale it up. We wanted to really go big, give it a real scale that an action film requires. Action films are very, very difficult to shoot. We wanted the best crew. We got the crew from South Africa, and a lot of action boys were from America. So that was the whole process. Writing itself, as Deven said, that Ritesh, Suresh, me, Deven, we were working on this script for almost close to 2 years. The thought of the film started in 2014 election period, when black money became the big talking point. 15 lakh in everybody's account was one of the campaign thoughts. And we realized that this is going to become a very big issue in the coming years in the country, which has happened now. So we started thinking of Commando 2 from then with a topic of black money, and we are glad that we are ready now. We've seen the trailer. Hopefully the film is as good as the trailer. So let's see. But yes, when you're making part 2, there is an extra bit of pressure, because you have to now meet with certain expectations as well.
So I have a question for Vidyut as well as Adah. This is Pratibha from Book My Show. So Vidyut, from Force to Commando 2, how is this role different? Or you just did this role for your producer friend?
Yeah, before anything else, I am a different person from Force to Commando 1 to Commando 2. So whatever the role would be, I would be a different human being. I would do it differently, I would portray it differently, I would exhibit it differently. So number one, बहुत अलग है यार. Force में I was supposed to be this very mean machine, which I did portray. In Commando 1, we were trying to raise the bar in action. But in Commando 2, there's a phenomenal story, there's intrigue in it, and for me, I have to prepare very differently from 1 and 2, from Force and Commando 1.
So basically you're saying that we have a lot different things for the audience to see in this movie.
कुछ भी वैसा नहीं है phenomenal action के अलावा जो आपने पहले देखा है.
Devin, all that I could gather.
My second question is for Adah. Your footage in the trailer is very, for a very short period of time, but still you make a mark. I would like to know what is your inspiration behind this character, the dialogue delivery and everything. It was really great.
Thank you. I have to thank Devin sir, because we did like a lot of workshops to get the accent right. But I've been doing movies in Hyderabad, so I've been there for a year. So on set, when I used to get bored, I like mimicking people. And I do this all the time on sets everywhere. But so I used to mimic the accent, the Andhra accent. And I think I learned a few of the little local terms that they use here and there. So when I got to play this, I did it entirely from my heart and through his heart and mine.
Okay.
So
all the best.
thank you.
Devin, all that we could gather from the trailer, I can see Shefali in a very different avatar. Whose idea was it? Was it Vipul's idea?
Actually, while developing the character, I felt only one person can do that character, and that was Shefali. So I asked Vipul कि Shefali को पूछते हैं.
It'll be different.
Sorry?
It'll be different.
It's a terrific role. It's a cameo, but it's a very important role. And I felt Shefali उसको सही तरीके से justice कर पाएगी. So I asked Vipul whether Shefali will say yes. He said, you ask her, because if you feel, I don't know, हाँ बोलेगी ना बोलेगी. बोला अरे तेरी बीवी है, अपना खुद का प्रोडक्शन है, तो ना कैसे बोलेगी? बोला नहीं वो शेफाली है. You never know. बोला पूछ लो. So मुझे लगा कि like अगर शेफाली हाँ बोल दे इस रोल के लिए तो मजा आ जाए. And then we narrated her the script and her character, and she loved it, and she said yes.